3, 2, 1. Good luck singing that. Good luck singing that.
I clapped. I know how to count. I clapped properly.
I think we're live.
Good. Cool.
Just make sure. I did it. We're fuck that one up pretty hard.
We're good. There's no problems here.
Yeah,
we're professionals.
We're definitely live.
Hey, I was checking the YouTube revenue earnings. Ads have brought in 2 cents.
Sweet.
Yep. YouTube Red, 22 cents.
Nice.
Ooh.
Which again, I still don't know what YouTube Red is.
That was the ad-free service.
So how are we making money through YouTube Red?
It's supposed to block ads that the viewers are seeing, and instead you get like a share revenue based on how many ads. God, what is it? It was weird because it was like anyone who it was got a chunk of the money from like the Google Music service or something like that covered the cost of the ads for the channels, and the channels got a percentage of the overall views that made up YouTube or something like that. It was very confusing.
Okay.
Weird.
So like Taylor Swift is bankrolling us.
Basically.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
That whopping 22 cents from Taylor Swift.
Sweet. Total 24 cents earned.
Woo. We did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 years or whatever we're at. There you go. 24 cents. How do you guys want to split that? 8 cents each, I guess. Pretty obvious.
You can have my 8 cents. I'm good.
Oh,
all right.
Thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't even know how to go about getting it. I think you need to hit a certain amount.
You have to hit $100 before you can get any of that.
Hey, perfect. So, in like I think, and if my math checks out, like a million years, about
In a million years. That's close enough.
Yeah.
We're all here except Paul's not on camera again because his camera doesn't work.
Woo, we did it.
Yay.
Camera. Yeah. We're here though. I'm here anyway. I'm home.
I am home too. I left and came back.
I've just been here. I haven't done anything. Paul, anything cool you did since we last spoke in Chicago?
No, but I was stuck in a Winnipeg airport for about 7 hours waiting for a flight.
That sucks.
Yikes.
Sucks.
Yeah.
There's like nothing good about Manitoba.
There honestly isn't.
I've heard a lot of terrible things about Winnipeg. I'm sorry to anyone who actually lives there.
I have a lot of family in Winnipeg.
Oh.
And they like to describe their provincial bird as the mosquito.
Yeah.
So that tells you something.
That sounds like a Winnipeg joke.
Yep. I can't. There's nothing in Manitoba. It's like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, just totally boring.
At least from Saskatchewan, you can see Alberta.
That's true. I guess from Manitoba, you can see Alberta. Right?
Heyo. The worst part is that's not even really a joke. That's pretty much true because I've done that drive. You can see very far.
Yep. I wonder if like people in BC say that like Alberta's also super like dull and boring, but just because we're from it, we don't say that.
Oh yeah, I'm not from here.
Oh well, but you live there.
Yeah.
Have you not lived there the majority of your life?
No, I've lived in Newfoundland longer.
When did you move from Newfoundland?
When I was 18.
Oh wow, okay, so super.
So I've got another 6 years before it's like half and half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Or
Smart
I think 5.
Age.
Yeah, it might be 5 actually because I think it was like 17 and a half or something like that when I moved. Either way, it's still a couple years.
Yep. I don't have a lead.
But no one's got a segue or anything.
This
is a podcast, I guess.
It's raining outside.
It's snowing outside.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what took me so long to get home.
Yeah, did you drive or did you just take public transit? What was up?
No, public transit probably would have got me there on time because those guys don't give a fuck about nothing when they drive on those roads.
Dude, like the drive back with snow, like truckers were just gunning it, and we were in this like tiny ass car with like all seasons.
They also do not give a fuck.
It was
They're also
fucking
like the
frightening.
Things ever.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Did you get any crazy ice sliding?
No, we stopped driving because of that. I don't know about Paul today because the roads were just snowy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was just your standard. The snow was falling, and people were losing their goddamn minds about it and driving either way too fast and slipping off the road or way too slow and, like, taking forever. Just drive carefully, man. That's all you got to do. Just be careful. Jesus.
You know how it is, though. It's like the first week of winter, so like everyone forgets how to drive in winter and just crashes everywhere.
That's exactly the problem, but the problem is that started today about 3 or 4 hours ago. So, like, yeah, we were stuck in the middle.
The aftermath.
Of it, yeah.
John, you did the drive like over the Rockies, right?
Yeah.
True story. My mom did that drive one year. She was in a big van.
Mm-hmm.
It slid. She came to a cliff.
Yeah.
Not too far off. Van slides right into the guardrail, flips over the guardrail.
Oh.
She ends up upside down. Doesn't go off the cliff, but has to like crawl out of the van.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
I know, right? Like scariest possible thing.
We had to stop in Golden and actually like get a hotel because on like near Rogers Pass, we got stuck waiting for them to clear an avalanche for like an hour.
Right.
So like, we were in like this tiny like car just wedged between like a bunch of transport trucks just waiting. And it was pitch black, so like we couldn't even see like the length of the way. We couldn't even see their work. We were just sitting there for an hour hoping like eventually they would let us go.
Welcome to Canada.
Yay.
That is like the worst part of that road.
Yeah. I always say Rogers Pass is like the place.
From Golden to Alberta is so shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Banff got slammed with snow while we were on the way back. And also foggy as hell, so we could not see shit.
Yeah,
I'm actually glad you guys are getting all this snow, because since I'll be up there for the holidays, and I've been missing a bit of the snow, and my girlfriend will be coming, and I want her to like get like.
I mean, you know how our winters can be. It's a crapshoot whether or not it's going to be a white or brown Christmas.
Yeah.
So,
and I want it to be white because I want her to like freeze and to really experience.
I want her to suffer. I want her to know what I've gone through all my life.
I want her to get like the real thing. It'd be totally boring if we went up there and it was kind of warm. Like, yeah. I could stay down here for
to be fair, if you're gonna like show her proper like winter, just like drive to Banff and then it's like.
No, we definitely are.
Yeah,
we definitely are. But I'd want it to be like snowy like the whole time. And keep in mind, like she will have never had a white Christmas before, right? Which would be kind of cool. So.
Sure.
Yeah. But we should do a podcast about video games.
I guess so. Is it called Top 10 Perspective?
This week it is.
Okay, good. Because that's what's on screen, and I was going to be really concerned if it wasn't.
Yep. Yeah. December 10th at 8:45 in the evening.
For you, 9:44 here.
So 8:44 here too. You got
it.
Okay.
You got Aha! It. Aha!
But for those listening, it could be any time. Sean Booker, Paul Fleck, John Wheeler.
Yo.
We're all three here.
Yeah.
All three home, safe and sound. John, what have you been playing?
I have only played Pokemon Picross.
This is easy because that's all I've played too.
Yep, I think all three of us have played it.
I played it.
Which is rare for us. I'm still not sure how I feel about this game.
Stars aligned.
I'm still not sure.
Man.
I'm still not sure how to feel about it. The only thing I'm happy about is that there's more than 300 puzzles. There's 600, which is good.
Have you how much? Okay, hang on. First off, all three round table. Let's just go through it. How much have you put into the game, John? Like how much money?
Oh, all three of us, John specifically. Money wise?
Yeah.
So I realize, and I think Paul realized this at some point too, you can't unlock everything in this game.
Oh no!
At a reasonable pace unless you spend money.
No. See, what I realized is the minute I installed it, I put money into that game right away because I wasn't gonna bother fucking around.
Okay, so hang on. Before we get into this, John, how much money have you spent on this game so far?
20 something.
Paul?
Whatever the maximum thing is, 32 US,
40-ish, yeah.
I've spent currently 0. Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
We'll see where everyone's at.
So the thing is, I was going to do the math. That's what I said last week. I was lucky. Someone had already done it. To actually unlock everything in the game without spending a dime would require over a year of playing the game and doing the daily like training.
Right. Yeah. Because you get about like 5 gems or whatever.
Yeah, and like the more rounds you do, the more you do. I think the most you can get at some point is like 22 per session.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But after I saw that, I said no, fuck it. I'll just spend money whenever I need to.
Sure. Okay.
So right now I'm in world 20 of 30.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm in world 3.
Yeah, that sounds about right for not having spent any money.
Yep.
So here's the thing: when you get so far in the game, there's these 2 other things they introduce you to. There's the alternate world, which is where you get another 300 puzzles.
Yep.
That costs 300 pick rights or something like that.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's a good chunk for sure.
And there's another thing they call like mega puzzles, so you can get mega evolutions of Pokemon, and those cost 500 to unlock.
Yes, that's true.
Wow.
So that's like $8 there, straight up. Unless you you can avoid doing them, but like if you want to unlock the free pick rights you get from getting the challenges, you kind of need them. It's what I think what bothers me the most about like even the pick rights, the free ones they give you, is that a lot of them you can't do until you go farther in the game and then come back.
Wait.
Yes, that's what I hate.
Puzzles, you mean? You can't complete them?
No, you can complete the puzzle, but you can't get all like the bonus pick rights and the mural pieces.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So like what annoyed me, there was actually one challenge that said, "Oh, complete this one using like Minum, the Pokemon," and I'm like, I don't have him yet, so I guess I'll just do it. And it unlocked Plusle. And then I went to the next puzzle that unlocked. It's like, oh, use Plusle in this one, and it unlocked Minum. So they force you to redo puzzles to do everything, which is stupid, absolutely stupid.
I agree.
I would rather do
everything.
I would rather do a puzzle and be done with it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I don't like how they built the game around that whole sort of thing. That's why putting money into it, I have enough like pick rights or peak rights or whatever to do whatever the fuck I want, and I've just been going puzzle to puzzle.
They'll just keep giving you more money every time too. Like if you after you hit like the limit, you just go to the store and be like, all right, here's a free 1,000. There you go.
Yeah. So Paul, is your game like great then? Like it's fine?
No, because it's still like not satisfying that part of me where like there's objectives and I want to complete them. So like it feels like I'm still missing out, even though I spent money. But like when I ignore that, yeah, it's fine. I just go from puzzle to puzzle and then put it down. Like
wait, like you're saying the objectives are meaningless because like you're too powerful, kind of?
No, like I want to do the objectives for like a completionist thing because with some of the objectives you get the like mural puzzles and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So like I want to do them, but like even though I spent like $40 for ostensibly the game, I still have to go through their weird like backwards ass hoops that they're putting me through by doing like going ahead a world, getting one Pokemon, and then going back and doing it. Like it's stupid. I really, really hate it. I
also don't like. There's like a bunch where they're like, "Oh, clear this in 1 minute." So like you have to like abuse a bunch of the power ups to even like do them. And I would rather just do the puzzle. I would rather just do the puzzle.
Power ups at all. Like I don't like having to be forced for a challenge thing to do this thing. Like I don't want you to reveal stuff for me. I want you to just give me a puzzle and let me play with it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you could just not use the power up.
Yeah,
and I do, but you can't get the challenges unlocked then.
Yeah, and they unlock more like Pokemon for you too, because you need the mural pieces to unlock like Mega or Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, whatever the fuck they are.
Something like that.
Yeah. So you need to do some of the challenges at least.
Couldn't you just bring in power-ups that like only affect like the time or like that don't reveal anything?
Some of them specifically ask you to only use one type of power-up.
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
And there's others that require you to bring in like 2 fighting type Pokemon, which was the worst because for the longest time there was never a second fighting type Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't think I even have one fighting type Pokemon.
If you're in World 3, you're pretty close to the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I hate it. But at the end of the day, it's more Picross, and I'm okay with that in my life right now.
That's my problem too. Is like I want to support this series to get more games, but I don't like what this game is. So it's a weird catch-22.
I mean, hey, Picross 3D 2, it's coming out in Japan. Just buy 2 copies of that.
But that's a different company. That's not Jupiter. That's probably HAL again.
Did they do Picross 3D?
Yes.
I'm totally fine with that. That's the best Picross game.
All right. I still want to support 2D Picross.
Well, you do. You keep buying Picross E's.
Yeah, but apparently they didn't want to do any more. That's why they made this one. That's like $40 instead of like a $7 one.
I see.
Yeah.
It probably, they probably got them a lot more money as well, though.
I'm curious if there's going to be any DLC for this game. Gut check tells me it's probably not. But
can you explain to me what the passwords do in this game?
Okay, the passwords is also stupid. This is something I guess they stole from Shuffle or something. You type in, there are 4 passcodes online. You can find them on GameFAQs. They've already been put up on GameFAQs. They were there day 1, surprisingly. They unlock 4 puzzles that unlock 4 super rare Pokemon, like Mew, Jirachi, etc., etc. That's it.
So it's 4 free puzzles.
Yes, 4 free puzzles that they tease you about that are already in the game in the first place. They're just hidden behind a passcode you need to look on the internet to find.
I think I'm kind of okay with some weird social media aspect, though, to that. I think that's fine.
I mean, I guess, but they don't even tell you where to find them. They're just like, look, I think the game says they'll be in like other locations or something like that, or something outside the game.
Honestly, the only reason you're annoyed with it is because everything else is shitty. So this is just adding on to that. If everything else was fine, this would be a cute little thing that they added on top of it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
because I'm with you.
I'm going real slow because I'm not like rushing to spend money on this thing. So more free puzzles sound great to me.
Yeah. The farther you get in unlocking worlds, like she'll also up the amount of pick rates you get from daily training.
Great.
So eventually, like right now, I'm getting 10 per mission. So
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Picross. I'm still happy there's a new Picross game. I'm glad it's something that has like as many puzzles as Picross DS did, which was a lot. Yeah. But there's some things I just don't like. So it's a mixed bag, and that's all I played.
Came across like a timed event.
Yeah, they do those I don't know actually what triggers it, like what time of day, or if they just do it when you've done so many puzzles or whatever. But they give you an hour. Oh yeah, they're huge puzzles. They're 20 by 15. I
couldn't do it. I don't know if there's like a Picross skill I don't have in my repertoire, but I was just like, I can't. I don't know where to put another mark on this thing. That's crazy.
That's why like the Pokemon Assist like Blue Force will help you out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't use any of my Pokemon because they were all like 10 by 10 grids.
Oh yeah, that's another dumb thing.
Which was fine because I was like, well, I don't really want the help, but like there must all I can think of is like, is there like a trick, like a math trick that I don't know yet because I haven't played enough Picross, but like this was insane. I just could not do it.
You have to learn like, okay, like this line specifically means that because of this other line, I can put like an empty mark here, stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
It just kind of comes from like playing a lot of Picross.
Exactly. Yeah. And I guess I just haven't played enough of like the massive Picross puzzles where that would come in handy.
Mm. Yeah. So right now, I think I still stand by what I said last week. If you're new to Picross, play the beginning, the free part of the game because it's a really good tutorial, and then maybe try the Picross E games because it'll be cheaper, unless you're really into Pokemon. Because the game depends on you using those power-ups so much that it kind of like ruins it a bit for me.
Yeah, they don't make the puzzles like good necessarily. They made them so you kind of need some Pokemon powers.
The worst is when the powers, like some of them sound useful, but the location of their use is randomized. So like there's one where you like get like, oh, you get a square, like a 3x3 square of pieces will show up.
And then it's on like the 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, it's in like the top corner, so you only get like out of the 3x3 squares, you get like 2 squares or something stupid like that. It happens so often, it's very aggravating, but it's Picross, so that's all I played.
I wish it was on my phone. I want one of the 6 games Nintendo's working on to be Picross.
A lot of people are speculating this is going to be one of them.
I would love that. That'd be so great. It's just so much easier to take my phone out on the train than the DS.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys didn't play anything else?
No.
Okay.
No.
I've been continuing with Just Cause 3. I mean, it's fun every now and then. When you're blowing stuff up, that's cool. And then the frame rate drops and things slow down, and then it's weird and sad, and I hate having to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way you talked about it last week is the reason why I didn't play it this week. So,
but you're gonna be playing the PC version.
yeah, no, I'm not worried about like the technical issues you were having. I was just worried about the whole like, am I ready for just like another open world like blow shit up game right now, or should I go through the backlog and finish some stuff up for Game of the Year?
I don't think this will be like it'll make your top 10 for sure. So you might as well focus on something that has a shot.
Like I already have a top 10, so it'll be pretty hard to like bust through there. And I don't think Just Cause, even like 2, when I liked it a lot, would have even made it. So
I think Just Cause 2 could crack my list. I haven't even put a list together at the moment, but I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for games that like, well, maybe this has a shot at possibly being in there because it's, you know, it got a lot of clout. I don't think it'll be Just Cause 3, so you might spend your time elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's weird how disappointing it's been for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of people apparently have not liked it at all.
And I was thinking, like, they just like patch this, and no, because you'd be changing so much of like the gameplay. It would be just be like a different version of this game almost. So it's just a bummer. It's just so sad. Anyways, let's move on to news.
Yeah, a lot of shit happened.
I wouldn't say a ton happened. I will say the PlayStation Experience happened.
Yeah. Are we gonna get into that first?
The video game awards, even though we covered it as they happened.
Yeah, because that was happening last Thursday, and then PlayStation Experience was all weekend. And I did either of you guys watch the keynote?
No.
Okay. As you can see in the notes, I wrote down all the games I talked about. So I watched that. Then I found out it was in San Francisco.
You could have gone
days afterwards. I easily could have gone. I just assumed it was in LA or Vegas. So I was just like, well, obviously that's not here. Yeah, I could have easily gone to that. Kicking myself. I'll have to make a mental note of that for next year or whatever. So I'm actually going to skip these first two on the list and just go to, because we're already talking about PlayStation Experience. Okay. I guess let's just run down. I'm actually just going to mention the things that are like interesting, because some of these aren't.
Sure.
Final Fantasy VII, they showed gameplay footage.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. Like, so soon. Yeah.
They only showed from the first area. But I guess that is still more than I expected them to have worked on. My biggest takeaway, not a turn-based combat system.
Bit surprised, but not too shocked considering Final Fantasy 15.
Action game.
No, dude. I'm so shocked. Like
similar to... Hang on, let me just finish this. Similar to Dissidia or Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or so Final Fantasy 15.
No, I think Final Fantasy 15 still has you like inputting commands that your character pulls out.
No, it's like you still do like the menu thing like Kingdom Hearts. Like 15, Crisis Core, 7 Remake all use the same kind of menu system.
Is there a menu in Crisis Core? It's been so long since I played Crisis Core.
I'm pretty sure there is. There's also that weird roulette thing. That's all I remember of Crisis Core.
I don't remember that at all. It's been so long. Anyway, Paul, you're saying you're so shocked they did this.
Yeah, because I thought for sure they would play it safe. And
nope.
We're going to remake this and we're going to like we're not going to give people a reason to hate us. And there's another thing they announced about this that
we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
I want to continue with your first point though, and just kind of get a feel of what you guys were thinking of how close are they going to keep it to the original? Like, is Barrett still going to be basically a racist stereotype?
He looks like Blade. He looks like Denzel Washington in Blade.
Except like if Blade had eaten Blade, like he's huge, obviously. But like hairstyle wise and stuff, yeah, for sure. Do you think like is snowboarding in there?
They already said like the cross dressing part's in, so I assume they're going to keep stuff like snowboarding in.
and it looks like it's voice acted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's not surprising since Advent children and stuff like that.
Is the bad translation going to be in there?
No, they'll fix that.
No,
unless it's like a little like throwaway thing, like this guy Arsik.
Right. So you guys are thinking Barrett no longer a stereotype.
I think he's going to.
How much do you consider Blade stereotype?
I actually haven't seen Blade. I just know what he looks like, so I can no longer follow you down this reference.
Okay, we're good.
So defeated. Yeah.
All right, I'll deal with it.
Yeah, it's just weird. I thought they would stick to turn-based because like there's still games coming out that are turn-based, and I figured they want to keep so much of it as close to as they could.
That's what I thought.
But
yeah, don't get me wrong. I am excited it's not, because that's an outdated system, and I kind of want to see them do a whole new try to do a new thing with this. So I didn't really.
I feel like it's not really a new thing though, because it's just like an evolution of like what they're currently trying.
Evolutions are new things.
I mean, I guess, but like we haven't even seen how it's going to be in 15 yet, aside from the demo. So we don't know if that's got the staying power.
I mean, you're right. I'm not saying it's going to be great. I'm just saying I'm glad that they're trying it.
I think the fact that it's this different than what original Final Fantasy VII was is already a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it's actually not Square Enix making it. I've heard it's CyberConnect 2, so the guys who did the Dot Hack games.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the guys that did Asura's Wrath?
Oh my God.
Excuse you.
No wonder you're so excited.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, yeah, I found that out today, and I was like, this is great. This is awesome. Asura's Wrath is amazing. Does anyone even... this is the first time I've even thought of those Dot Hack games in a decade.
I mean, that was the big thing they were known for the longest time. And then, like, they're more known for the Naruto games now than anything.
Right, they also do those Naruto games.
Oh, right. Cool.
So they're good at anime fighters, is the takeaway.
Sure.
Which, to be fair, for a game that's all about combat, fast combat, that's not a bad thing to be good at.
I thought the combat stuff they showed looked cool.
It did look cool.
I want to see more.
I am definitely curious what's going to be, but the whole episodic thing is...
Right, so that's the next part. They didn't mention this during the press conference. This was in a small press release that just kind of quietly made its way out after the event. I don't think they said episodic exactly. I think they said it's going to be in multiple parts.
Yeah, which most people are taking to be episodic.
More like 13, with 13.2 and 13.3. Anyway, like people, I guess, got super upset. What are you guys thinking about this?
I don't think it's going to be like 13.1, 13.2 because they've already got like the beginning and the end of the story. Unless they're going to work in like Dirge of Cerberus, Advent Children, all this other stuff into it. You've got a finite end to the story already. I understand why they do something like split it up to episodic or something, because that's a lot of game to fit in.
Yeah.
But it was 3 discs, right?
Yeah.
Could just each disc be an episode, a multi-part, game on its own?
I don't think so, because episode 3 was basically almost just the final fight and any like last minute missions you didn't do.
Okay. Yeah, I never finished 7. I didn't even finish the first disc.
That third disc though had a lot of like if you did the weapons and the last fight and stuff, there was a lot of content.
But don't the weapons also show up in like disc 2?
I thought only one did. I thought only Ruby did.
Ultimate I thought showed up in the end of 2. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've played.
Yeah,
so.
Fair enough.
Either way.
There's only one way this really upsets me, and that's if each part costs like a full game thing and it's only episodic in nature. If it's just like the one big game split up into 3 and each part costs like $60 or something, like a full release, that's gross.
What would you pay?
20 for each, 60 for the whole game.
I don't think there's no way they do that.
I think it's gonna be
you. They probably won't.
It's gonna be 30 for each is gonna be the lowest they'll go.
I think it's okay. What do you think it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be 60 for each.
I do too.
No,
and I think that's gross.
They're not gonna do 60 for each. There's no way they'd be eaten alive.
It's Square Enix though, And Final Fantasy VII is like literally the only thing people are still talking about 20 years later.
Hey, if there's any game that they could overprice for,
it's this.
This is the one.
You're not wrong.
This is the one where they're like, we can take all your money right
Aren't
now.
they also the company that like funded Life is Strange and stuff like that? They're the publishers for those.
You're right.
So they do know episodic. So I feel like they're gonna aim for something a bit more reasonable. But like I'm gonna say 30 is the lowest they go. I think they should go lower. I'm gonna say 30 is what they should go, but I'm gonna say they're gonna go 40. They're gonna go 40 per episode.
Good.
I could do 30. I could do 30, I think. $90 for a full remake of a giant game that took like 100 hours the first time you play through it.
But you're saying what you actually think is going to happen is 60?
Like 50 or 60. I don't think, you know what? I don't think they're going to go full market price for like a new game, but I think they're going to cut it down just a little bit to say that like at least it's not a full price. I'm going to say like around 50.
So you're saying 50?
I'll say 50.
Because we'll touch on this again when it comes out and we'll see if you're right. I'm saying 60. I'm saying full
I'm gonna say 40 per episode.
All right, perfect. And are we all think it's gonna be 3 episodes?
It makes the most sense.
Okay, I could see it being 3. Like I really think it's gonna be like 13. That's my
unless they decide, because like 7 was the only one that was 3. All the others were 4 for PlayStation 1. So maybe they'll be like, oh, we'll split up to 4, or maybe they're like, I'm trying to think if there's even points in the story where they can just cut like, all right. Episode 1's Midgard. Episode 2 is like the world up to like the northern part of the world.
Well, I was just about
episode
to
3
ask,
is this.
like, so because I definitely didn't see as much of the story as you guys did. Are there like narrative arcs within it?
Yeah, there's a ton.
Well, so there's like clean cutting points where you're like, okay, this could be
there's a couple. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we say like 20-year-old game spoiler warning in case you actually are new to the series and wanted to check it out?
Let's not, because
I think there's at least one person in the chat who says they have not played 7.
Again, I haven't played the majority of it, and I'm sure there's plenty of people listening who like this game is. How old is this game? 15 years or something? 10, 15 years old?
Everybody knows about the main character that dies, though, right? Like that's old internet news.
Right.
Yeah.
That could be an end.
That's the end of disc 1 or whatever, basically. Like or part 1, I think.
So.
And then part 2 will be everything after that until like John, you'll know where Cloud like goes missing for a little bit.
Yeah. That's like halfway of like disc 2, or like the first third.
The third is when they're all together again, and it's like
okay, this is assuming 3 episodes. They could just as easily go like here's 5. Like this is why I'm curious about 15, because the demo was called episode 0 for like 15, so I'm wondering how many episodes they're going to cut that into.
Yeah.
If they cut, for all we know, they could cut 7 into 7 episodes because they like their number alliteration, because they did that with 13 technically. 13, like there were 13 days you went through in Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying they made 13 episodes. I was like,
no. So they could do just as easily do like this is a 7-part series.
Yep, they could.
You're right. Actually, they could.
I think it's going to be 3. It's just my gut feeling is 360.
I'm going to say 3 as well, and 40.
How long in between games do they come out? Because again, if you think 3, that makes me think StarCraft.
And StarCraft took forever to come out, but Blizzard is known for that.
Well, StarCraft 2 just finished, and in between it was 3 years in between each one?
I think it was more than that.
Yeah, it was more than that.
It was more like 4 or 5.
Between all of StarCraft 2?
Oh no. Like yeah,
from
the beginning to the end was at least 4 years.
Okay, so you're saying less than 3 between?
Yes.
Because there's
okay. I think it was 2 per. I think it was 2 per.
You think it was 2 years in between each of the 3 parts? I guess we could look this up. But so what do you guys think? How like just for argument's sake, let's say they do 3. Do these come out every few months, or is it a couple of years in between?
It depends how they do it. If they want to release like the first part, get some money for that to put back into production for the next part and stuff, you could easily, I could probably see every 1.5 to 2 years between parts.
Well, that's what they're saying is why they're doing this, and
that's what I'm going to say then.
The cynic could be like they're just trying to milk it for as much money as they can.
Yeah, but it already seems like they've got so much done already. Like it's surprising how much they seem to have already finished.
Right, that game is huge though.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of different areas. They've only shown one area.
Yeah, but that one area makes up the most of the first disc.
I guess so.
And so my actual question, and this is the thing I'm the most curious about than anything, is everyone playable? Like they'd have to be, right?
Well, what do you mean by playable?
Like, okay, in 7 you had what, a party of 8 characters?
Okay.
But they've only shown Cloud for obvious reasons. So
they showed Barrett.
I mean, they showed Barrett, but they didn't show playing as Barrett, did they? No, or did I miss that part of the trailer?
They didn't show anything. They showed Barrett talking.
Yeah.
And looking big.
So everyone in that game seems like they would fight completely different. So how are they going to do that?
Oh, I think that's fine because I play the Tales of games, and those characters fight way different from each other too.
Hank in the chat saying from what they said, parties of 3, and you can switch.
Yeah, so it's
so Kingdom Hearts.
Fantasy.
Yeah,
and Kingdom Hearts, I guess.
That makes sense.
All right, as long as you can control everyone, that's the thing I would actually like to do because I would like to see playing that kind of style as Barrett or Tifa or any of the characters.
Could they'll have their certain moves you can do and whatnot.
Oh man, Tifa's beatdown rush is gonna be so baller. Fuck, it's gonna be so cool.
Okay, so Final Fantasy VII. Moving on. What else was interesting? They said the phrase PlayStation Nation a lot. That got annoying.
Yo, they need a catchphrase.
I guess.
Everyone needs a hashtag.
Hashtag PlayStation Nation.
PlayStation Nation.
Join the conversation.
Adult Swim had a brief montage, and they got some real cool games. Adult Swim's bringing the heat.
Yeah, they're really good. I love Adult Swim a lot.
From the brief little things I saw, Death's Gambit looked real interesting, and so did Rain World. Look those up, I guess.
I don't think I know what Rain World is.
Another game Adult Swim's putting out. Then Double Fine came out. They had a section. They announced... they said, hey, they're still working on Day of the Tentacle Remastered, and then they announced Full Throttle Remastered.
Release something, please!
Yeah, agreed.
This is my issue with Double Fine.
Well, didn't they just do Grim Fandango? That came out.
Yeah, I guess.
A whole year ago in February of this year.
I'll admit, they do small games like Hack and Slash and stuff like that, but it feels like they're just announcing things more than they're releasing things, if that makes sense.
They definitely announced a lot, right? We mentioned last week they announced Psychonauts 2. Not during the keynote, but at the experience, they announced another Psychonauts game. It's all VR. It takes place between 1 and 2.
What?
Forgot the name of what it is, but it's all...
I didn't actually know about this.
This is another one, yeah. Again, it has a subtitle, but it's bridging 1 and 2 together. A lot of these games, they kept... there's a big push for Sony VR.
Is that Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin?
Maybe, I don't know.
It says with PlayStation VR, so I'm going to assume that's the game.
So it's all VR. 3 Psychonaut games in total.
So I just looked up Double Fine's releases. Apparently, they actually did a lot in 2014. They released 5 or 6 games in 2014.
2014 or 2015?
2014. 2015 they released Grim Fandango Remastered and Massive Chalice.
Yeah.
But in 2014 they released Broken Age, Amnesia Fortnite, I guess that technically counts, Hack and Slash, Costume Quest 2, which I forgot existed, I need to play that, right. And Space Base DF9, which apparently was a giant disaster.
I think Broken Age, the second part of it came out this year, though, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Think you're right.
I'm pretty sure it was around May, because I think I was playing it when I moved into this apartment.
I think you're right.
Yeah. What else? Last Blade 2. Sony got the rights for that. They're bringing that to PlayStation 4. Is anyone interested in the Last Blade 2? It's an old game.
The fighting game that SNK made?
I believe so.
It was a really good fighting game, so why not?
They showed a game called Brutal that all the characters look like they're made out of ASCII art, kind of.
Okay.
It made me think of Mad World in art style.
Huh.
There's a Fat Princess loot game, Fat Princess Adventures. So Fat Princess is still a thing.
Why not?
Okay, here's the real thing though. Res Infinite. So they showed Res full VR, and at the show, you could put a suit on with 26 individual vibration sensors while playing Rez.
Not gonna lie, that was the only thing I was interested in trying.
That seemed kind of cool, yeah.
That seems so cool. I have no idea if they're selling the suit. What would you guys pay for that suit?
There's no way they're gonna sell that suit.
Would you pay $100 for game and suit together?
$40 an episode.
That's my answer for everything.
What if the suit is not like a suit, but it's just like a bunch of like sticky things you can put on, so there's like wires on you? Would you pay $100 for that? It includes the game.
No. Not if I don't get a suit.
The suit does kind of add to it.
If you're just giving me wires and little like peripheral things, like I'll pay maybe 50 for game with that.
50? Wow.
Maybe. Because I'm guessing the game's probably going to be like 20 to 30.
I believe it. I think they were saying it's original Rez again. With just some like bonus stuff in there, and then obviously it looks nicer, and it's.
I mean, to be fair, Rez was pretty good.
Rez is great. I'm also a huge fan of Child of Eden. That was a cool game too. I think I would pay $150 if it was a full suit with game.
There's no way you get the full suit with game like that.
I don't think I would. I just don't think I would spend more than that.
It would be $250 at the cheapest.
I wouldn't spend $150 with a suit. Like, I don't care enough though.
Like the suit would only presumably be good with Rez, right?
I have Rez and I can play that whenever. So like I'm essentially just buying this goddamn suit.
Rez is like $10 on
then
XBLA.
You have a vibration suit.
I know. That's I don't know.
I would invite so many friends over and be like, put on this headset, get in this weird suit. You gotta try this thing. You got to try this thing.
No! Why would you do that?
Oh, that would be so cool. People would love that. That'd be awesome.
That'd be fucking gross. Like, get in the suit now that this person's sweated in it.
Whoa, wait, why is everyone getting sweaty in this suit? We're just sitting down playing video games. Calm down, John.
Oh, God.
But like, think of all the cool like mods and stuff online that people are gonna do with this suit.
Oh man, all the sex mods coming out. Holy shit.
No. The fucking trance vibrator shit was enough as it was.
Yeah, this is like trance vibrator times 26.
Oh my god.
What if it would be like an in-home D-box? Right?
For only one game.
No, but
not wrong.
What if people designed like started doing stuff like this for like movies? So when stuff happening, it was like vibrating on you.
You know what? Give me 5 products that work with this suit. I'll pay $150 for this suit.
Okay, hang on.
I have an issue with it being just one product currently. Yeah. So if there's more support for this,
okay, spitballing here.
Oh my god.
Res Infinite. What's 1?
Sure.
2. Furious 7.
I knew. I was waiting for a Fast and Furious. I thought you were literally just gonna start going Fast and Furious 1. Fast and Furious 2.
No, I'll just do the 7. I'll just do number 7. Okay.
Okay.
Still with me? Okay.
I'm with you.
Your favorite episode of SpongeBob?
What?
I've never seen a full episode of SpongeBob.
Okay. Your favorite episode of Adventure Time?
Okay. Sure.
Okay. All right. Top Chef.
No.
Why?
Really?
Because like it's not giving me sensations of taste.
No, but like when they're like mixing stuff up and when like things are flying and the heat's on. No,
Things
not Top Chef.
flying.
Swinging a miss on Top Chef.
I think that's a miss. You know what? Even Adventure Time, it was close, but there's some.
I think Adventure Time, that'd be crazy. That'd be awesome.
There's some fun stuff in Adventure Time.
Exactly. Like there's a lot of like wiggly characters.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. How about? I'm trying to not do like another movie.
Wiggly characters.
There's a lot of wiggly characters in that. What about like a sexy person talking in your ear and they're massaging your back, and they're just saying like comforting things like you did a really good job at work today.
So like the majority of those like XNA games, the Xbox Live Indie games that were on the 360, the controller massage games.
Yeah, okay, it's just a massage simulator. There you go. Perfect. Massage Simulator 2016. And then someone said play a VR Sonic game, so that's gonna be my 5th one. Is a Sonic the Hedgehog game with this suit.
I'd rather have like an F-Zero, like a racing game.
Okay, I'll give you F-Zero, but you have to play the Sonic one first.
Oh yeah, shit! I gotta look up how fast racing Neo is.
Have I sold you on this suit?
I gotta be honest with you. Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. I mean, I tried my best. I tried my best. It's not gonna get better than that. Ubisoft then showed Eagle Flight, which looks like an Assassin's Creed game with nobody in it but eagles, and it's a VR game, and I don't know if you're the eagle, like if you're looking through an eagle, or if you're a camera behind the eagle. But they show just like an old, Victorian city, and you were eagles flying through it. And then there was another eagle that showed up, and it had a username over it. So I guess it's somewhat multiplayer. That's what Ubisoft's doing. Some zombie game, a Golem, that looked like a somewhat interesting VR game. From what I understand, you play a disabled girl. I think it's disabled. She's in her bed, and she has the power to control golems. So, like, you're controlling a girl controlling golems, and it's a VR game. And I guess you kind of move around by, like, moving your head and stuff. That looked kind of interesting. This is like my game of the show. 100-foot robot.
Yeah, there we go.
Have you guys seen this trailer?
Yeah, it's made by the same guys who made Roundabout.
Yeah.
I have not.
You got to look up this trailer, like right now.
Okay, I'll do that.
Paul, did you like Evangelion at all?
Like the show? Movies?
Yeah, the show. Yeah.
I haven't finished it, so I guess not a whole lot.
Okay, maybe bad example.
I want to go in cold, and I want him to narrate this trailer for us.
You want him to watch it now live?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's only a minute, I guess. So.
Robot golf. Okay. PlayStation. Okay. There's a hole there. Pretty nice green. Holy shit, there's a robot.
What?
They are 100 feet tall, like, ostensibly, I'm guessing. They look a bit taller, maybe, but okay. Yeah, okay. This looks fun.
What's happening? What's happening in the trailer for the people who can't see it?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to like explain because as I'm talking, it's changing so rapidly. Robots are playing golf, destroying buildings, running up them, running through mountains, hitting a golf across like space onto the Earth from the moon.
Right.
And
it's a very silly
console
game.
Debut.
It's a very silly game. I'm excited.
Okay, I got the gist of it. I mean, I probably could have guessed that just from the name.
I guess, yeah. So it says, like, destroy to make par. So you got to, like, knock down some buildings so that you can shoot properly. You can apparently just fight your opponent with your golf club, which seems cool. Then there's, like, an anime thing at the end.
That's the Evangelion thing. It's just a reference to that.
It's also coming to VR. So there's that, too.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I just watched now.
Yep. That thing looks great. That thing looks like
it's gonna be stupid fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, it does look fun. You're right.
Ace Combat 7 is back. Who's excited for Ace Combat?
I kind of am. Ace Combat has like a weird nostalgia place in my heart for some reason. I don't know why, because I never really loved them, but they kind of went off the rails at some point and started doing some weird shit.
I'm told it gets pretty anime.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Sure.
Yeah.
So like, is this gonna be like that, or is it going to be kind of like the old PS2 Ace Combats where it's just like basically the arcade version of you're flying and shooting guys and going on to the next level and flying and shooting guys? And
based on the trailer, there was a bunch of like fighter jet looking stuff flying around this tower, and then someone who looked like they were in some kind of like flight suit, astronaut suit or whatever was on the tower, and then they just jumped off the tower.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, so also coming to VR, obviously.
Okay, cool.
Destiny. This is got an update as of 2 days ago. Sparrow Racing. That's like the it's like your mount. Basically, you got a bike.
The bike, the speeder bikes.
Yeah, it's the speeder bikes. It's only in there for 3 weeks, oddly.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why you would take it out afterwards, but I want to try that just so I don't lose it. You got to use it or you'll lose it.
I don't want to have to actually boot up Destiny again. I don't want to have to update Destiny. Maybe that's the better response.
Did you play some Destiny?
I played Destiny for a little bit.
What do you have it for?
PS4.
We should play.
I don't want to play Destiny.
You don't like Destiny?
No, I hated it.
Oh, I'm pretty into Destiny. I like Destiny.
I didn't even know you played it. I had no idea your stance on Destiny.
Why don't you like
had to have talked about Destiny on the podcast.
I think you did a long time ago. Why don't you like Destiny?
It was boring.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, now that Taken King's out, it changed a whole bunch. Maybe you should give it one more shot with me.
I'm not buying Taken King.
Oh,
I don't want.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I think it's
Destiny
like
never seemed like a game John would enjoy.
No, it was kind of exactly what I hoped it wouldn't be. So,
all right, whatever you say.
If I ever get a PlayStation 4, I will play with you all night, Sean.
Sounds great. Sounds good. I don't remember what Hob is, but there's a game called Hob, and then they announced Ni no Kuni 2. Who saw that coming?
That was a little surprising, yeah.
Yeah, like I would say I'm not a huge fan of Ni no Kuni 2, but I played the whole thing, and I'll play another one. Sure, why not? And then Epic came out, and they talked about Paragon, and I don't care about MOBAs.
Honestly, like, the MOBA community doesn't either. Because the MOBA community has their MOBA. Like, stop introducing them. You're not going to get people anymore. It's done.
There you go. Shots fired. Okay. I think that's about all the info I remember from PlayStation Experience, but some other stuff was mentioned. Rock Band is getting an update.
Cool.
Rock Band VR.
Finally. Oh my god. Forgot about this thing.
Rock Band VR, from what it looks like Guitar Hero Live, not FMV, and you have like a floating guitar.
What?
It's like your character, so if you look down, you see the guitar controller, and it's like floating, and you can see the keys lighting up when you press it.
Huh.
This seems, I don't think I care about this at all.
I sure don't.
I'm kind of like, you can look at the fake crowds and all that. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with the note highway, if it's just always going to be on your screen, or if you have to look in a certain direction to see the note highway. Like, I don't think that game needs VR, but Rock Band VR is in the works.
That has so much other stuff they should be like releasing first.
You're right, and they have. There was a big update 2 days ago. One of which is they added in brutal mode. Brutal mode takes the keys on the note, takes the notes away from the note highway.
What?
So let me describe this to you. Let's say the notes are coming. But let's say you're playing like really good. They start making the notes disappear further and further away from where they need to be hit. So you'll see them for a second, but the better you're doing, you'll see them for less time. And if you do worse, they reveal it more and more closer to where you
DDR actually had a mode like this too. So
yeah, this is totally fine.
So they added that. They added another thing that I can't remember at the moment. And they're, from what I understand, they're releasing the export for Rock Band 3 any day now, which I'll probably buy.
Yeah,
get more songs in my thing. I think they made some adjustments and tweaked some stuff too, but I'm still waiting for all my songs to be able to go in there. That's what I would really like.
I think a lot of people are looking for that.
Last couple things. Gone Home is coming to consoles, current gen consoles, next month. Gone Home's great. System Shock 3 is official.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember which the Other Side. What did they do? That's the developer. Other Side Games. Other Side Entertainment. What have they done?
Were they? No, they weren't the company involved in the HD remake of System Shock 1. That's someone else.
This is a very kind of just ugly looking site. I don't know what this company has done. Underworld Ascent. Ascendant.
So nothing of note is what you're telling me.
I guess I'm not really seeing much. Let me go to their forum. Maybe they have a. I think all they've done is Underworld Ascent. What is okay? Anyway, System Shock 3 is currently in the works. So there you go. Assassin's Creed Chronicles. Remember that episodic thing? That kind of just disappeared. Apparently, the next two are coming in January and February.
Okay.
India and Russia.
Russia kind of sounds like a cool setting for this.
The trilogy pack. Oh, it's also coming to consoles. Will be $30 or individually $10. I didn't hear very good things about. What was the first one? China.
Yeah.
China. I didn't hear great things about that.
Maybe they took the time to revamp things. Who knows?
Yeah. So it looks like India's in January and Russia's in February.
I would actually like an full Assassin's Creed game in India or Russia or China.
The little picture of India here, it's making me just want. And I know it's not the
Prince
same
of Persia.
place. Yeah, Prince of Persia. It looks a lot like Prince of Persia. I just want more Prince of Persia.
Assassin's Creed Chronicles apparently ranked like high 60s on Metacritic. So
okay, it's not terrible. And then this is kind of interesting. The Vive, HTC's Vive.
Yeah.
Valve and HTC, I should say, is coming out April 2016.
I'm excited.
I'm kind of surprised they're not waiting for Oculus to make the first step out. Like, we have no idea what pricing is like, and I'm pretty sure Oculus has come out because they have all that funding from Facebook and said, we're going to sell this like at cost because we're not looking to make money on this. We just want the platform to be real. And so like you wouldn't want. I would assume they're just going to wait for that so they can like gauge what price they can do. Vive speaking. I'm speaking about Vive there. You know what I mean?
I think this whole like, is there any VR headset that's actually out at this point?
No.
Yeah.
Not like final product.
Not for commercial use. Yeah, just like test stuff and developer ones and stuff.
I wonder if all these companies are just waiting for it to become like cheap enough that they can just announce the price finally. Like get development costs low enough that they're like, all right, now we can finally release it. There's got to be some level that every company's like, all right, we know people won't buy it if we release it this price, but we can't afford to do it.
That's why I think like they might be like going if Vive is first, like they're going to be kind of setting the price, and then if Oculus comes in like, well, no, we're doing this at cost, so we're like $100 cheaper. Vive's going to be like, oh crap.
Pretty much.
I don't
Either
know.
way, I would get the Vive.
Is that the one you're interested in?
Yeah, just due to like people whose opinions I respect, like reviewing it and stuff. Like I'm actually looking forward to getting one myself, trying it out.
Are you going to get more than one, do you think?
No, I don't think there'd be any
one?
reason to.
I think the one I would most likely get is PlayStation VR, just because I know it'll work with what I have. I don't have to fiddle with my computer in any way.
Well, like my computer is my console, so the Valve one makes sense for me either way.
And you're not thinking Oculus?
Not really. I haven't actually even heard the name Oculus for a while. They've been kind of laying low. I think probably just working on getting it out.
What about you, John? You thinking about any headset specifically?
I'll wait and see till like a bunch are out. I don't think I'm going to day one any of that.
I could see me day oneing the PlayStation 1 depending on what the price is.
I could see me day oneing this depending what the price is. That's a huge factor.
The price I think is going to be the killer for everyone or almost everyone. There's some people that are so gung ho about VR that at this point they don't care.
Oh, Homer actually says Gear VR is out, the Oculus Samsung phone one, and he's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, people are saying that's actually not bad for what it is.
Right. Yeah, I've heard that too. This is on a bit of a different level, a bit, but yeah, there is that. All right, let's move on to questions. See how many questions you want to do. Paul, where can people send questions in?
topdownperspective@gmail.com or on facebook.com/topdownperspective or twitter.com/TDP podcast.
Yep.
Or John's P.O. box.
Yep.
Almost.
We actually did get questions on Facebook this week. So that
we
was
did.
Yeah,
and we got a shitload of mail questions and a few Twitter as well.
Yep. Can you guys start reading them? I'm gonna start moving these questions in.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
sure.
I was wondering about that. You want me to start, Paul?
I can start.
Okay.
Daniel writes in. Oh, I think Daniel was actually the Facebook guy. He writes in, what are your thoughts on the recent news on the MST3K reboot? My understanding is that there's been noise about the news being super controversial. Has there been?
I don't know about controversial, but the problem is that a lot of the original alumni aren't on board for it. Like, not officially as like the main thing. It's all new people that are like doing all the spots. So it's not Joel, it's not Mike. They got who in the world did they have for it? The only thing I remember is that the new villain is they're looking to have Felicia Day as a new villain and Patton Oswalt as the new like sidekick. That's the only thing I remember right now.
So why is this controversial?
Because it's, I mean, Joel is it's changed. Let's be honest, it's changed.
It's the internet.
Yeah, Joel is actually running the whole thing. So there's that, but like it's new voices for Tom and Crow. New villains, new guy stuck in suit that has to riff on things, new writers. Like I don't know. They're doing good for what they're going. They've got 1 day left, 24 hours. They've raised 4.6 million out of their original 2 million goal. But one of their goals is that if they reach 5.5 million, there'll be 12 episodes of the show. Right now, they're only going to have 9 episodes of it.
Okay.
I didn't even know that there was controversy around it besides like, oh man, like Mike and like everyone else aren't on board full time, so like it might not be good. I don't know. I haven't backed it, although I love Mystery Science Theater. I am on the fence. I may back it in the last bit. There's supposed to be like some stream. Yeah, there's a telethon that's going to be going on tomorrow.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Starts tomorrow, December 11th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Spend the final 5 hours live online with Joel and our next cast and special guest.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know. I had forgotten about it, to be honest, till people started bringing it up today.
Because like if it doesn't get funded,
it's funded. It's funded. It's just like it hasn't gotten funding for the last 3 episodes they want to do.
All right.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'll have to look into more and see what they have and see if there's any samples to see if it's worth it. I would love more Mystery Science Theater. I'm just not sure if actual Mystery Science Theater is needed since we already have stuff like Rip Tracks, which is like the Mystery Science Theater people.
Right.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence as a fan. I can see why a lot of people are. I can also see why a lot of people are excited.
I mean, we'll have to see what they do with it. Yeah. Honestly. So.
Next question comes to us from Jason that says, hey guys, what are your thoughts on Penumbra, Breathe of Life, and Murdered Soul Suspect? I'm just going to assume that's Breath of Life. Playing through them now.
Yo, Murdered Soul Suspect is balls, son. Game sucks.
I'm like, you sound way too excited.
Did we do a spoiler cast for that game?
I feel like we were either going to or did. I don't know.
We talked a lot about that game.
You and I specifically, yeah.
Yeah. John, you didn't play that game, right?
No, I have it. But
I bet we had spoilery talks, like, and just said, like, there's a spoiler warning here, and just, like, talk for 10 minutes or something. There's not a whole lot to discuss.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. Like, long and short of it is, go play Ghost Trick. It's the same game, but way better.
Dude, Murdered Soul Suspect is fucking terrible. Except when you're a cat for about 5 minutes. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, you do get to be a cat. I haven't played the other game.
As no one's played, I don't know how to say it, as Pneuma? P-N-E-U-M-A.
I thought it was, yeah, I don't know.
First-person puzzle video game developed and published by Deco Digital and Bevel Studios. Looks beyond Xbox One. It's got a 63 on Metacritic, also on PC and PS4. Came out February of this year.
This looks like a Myst clone or something.
I think it kind of is.
That's kind of cool. But no, I'm probably not going to have time to play that. before the end of the year or anything. Maybe one day. Okay, Twitter questions. Tenmar wrote in, who are your 2015 waifus and husbandos?
Oh my god.
Or that are your favorite characters.
Favorite.
What does that even mean?
He just
Favorite
basically
characters.
means your favorite characters created this year.
Okay, created this year.
Like Sans and Papyrus, probably.
You know what the worst part is? The only game I can remember like that created new characters this year was Undertale. I can't think of anything else I played that created new characters that like I remember aside from Undertale characters. So I'm probably also going to say Sans and Papyrus.
They're so good.
I can't think of like anything. What did I play this year?
Like a lot of numbered like sequels to games, so not like nothing was new-ish this year.
Not really.
I can't even think. What the hell? I mean, I guess Metal Gear Solid 5, Fallout 4.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 had
Quiet.
What's her name? Quiet. Yeah. She was all right. The reasoning for her being like not dressed is kind of stupid as shit, but it's funny.
I still have to start playing games for Game of the Year discussion.
You have a huge, you have a lot of games to go through.
I'm actually home for 2 months now, though, so at least I can use the 3 remaining weeks of the year to try to play some of them.
There you go. What a great attitude. I don't have an answer for this question.
Fair enough.
Okay, I put all the email questions in, and there's a million of them. Which question are we on? I'll read the next one.
Haze.
Right here. Okay.
Haze before Xmas.
Haze before Xmas says, love how you have talk about food in the last episode. Top Chef perspective.
Hashtag
my question,
Top Chef perspective.
Favorite pizza toppings.
Hashtag Top Chef perspective. That's pretty good. I liked it.
Except you don't like Top Chef.
No, I do like Top Chef. I just don't want to feel vibrations in a show where there's going to be like nothing. Like my
You
arm
feel the
will vibrate
vibrations when they're chopping on the chopping block.
Exactly. Right?
And that's probably it.
Like when the thing
when they burn their hands on like the boiling
frying
water.
and the sizzle?
You're not supposed to feel that sizzle, John.
I'm just saying.
That's bad if you feel it.
I'm just saying, like everything would be better with some vibrations.
Oh,
What was the question
anyways,
again? Favorite pizza topping.
Pepperoni and bacon.
Hawaiian, ham and pineapple.
Like extra cheese and pepperoni are my go-tos, but I'll kind of eat anything on a pizza.
Extra sauce is where it's at.
I don't think there's such thing as bad pizza, and I've been wanting pizza all night.
I'd argue there is.
Nope.
You could make bad pizza. I feel like you can.
Nah.
Oh no, there was a bad pizza, and it's because it was too much of like it's a poutine pizza you can buy.
Oh God!
And, like,
Okay.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit just now.
The like gravy
That
sauce.
doesn't sound that bad.
That they use,
I mean, it doesn't sound bad.
like,
It's just it sounds like too much food.
they have like actual
no such thing.
pizza. Like it's just kind of gross. It's not bad, but
Pizza's
it's
so
not
good.
Good.
Yeah, Shane Destroyer in the chat. All pizza is at least okay. That's correct.
I guess that's fair.
Yep. As long as you're not like trying to make like I put garbage on this pizza. There's your bad pizza. Like
Sure.
all pizza is at least okay.
Just sardines.
Yeah.
All right, who's got next?
I've totally lost order, so I'm going to take it. Press LP says, would you consider adding a top 5 or top 10 movie list to the Game of the Year podcast? I don't think I've watched 5 movies that came out this year.
No, because I do another podcast where I do that.
Oh man, can I be on it this year again?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet. Just listen to that one. Games is hard enough.
Honestly, yeah, they go too long when you start mixing everything together.
Yeah. Like our Game of the Year podcasts are usually 3 hours as is.
Yeah.
We got to discuss like 30 games. At least. That's only in the top 10 list. We got like 5-6 lists to go through.
And then the community stuff too.
Right. Speaking of which, if people don't know, if they haven't heard somehow, you should fill out the Community Game of the Year survey. Someone in the chat, please post a link. Otherwise, go to our various social networks to find a link to it. and you can write what you thought was the best and worst games of the year, and then we're gonna tally them all up at the end of the year when we do our Game of the Year show.
I do want to give one warning though. I had to delete one of the entries because they just didn't get, like, they left everything blank except their like top 10 game of the year. They just put one game that came out in like 1989 or something. So
Nice.
it's just like you don't get this.
Yep.
Deleted.
Yeah,
Missed.
Yeah, like I mean, we have to get rid of joke answers. We can't do anything with that. So
Yeah.
don't waste your time.
Also, I said it on Twitter. Whoever said Undertale just like a million times, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. We're not counting it that many times. And you even put it in like the worst game of the year, the most disappointing category. So what are you even doing?
There you go. I hope you gave it full points for that.
I also, yeah,
I did actually.
I had some people where they'll put in their pile of shame, which are games you haven't played this year but you wanted to. Somehow that game also was in their top 10. It's like that. Nope.
You know what?
Nope.
There's one instance I can think of where that's excusable, but yeah, that's still
like maybe if you played 5 minutes, but then like how's it in your top 10? I don't know. That's all I can think of.
No, my thing was like if it's a game like that is just full story and you watch like an LP of it, but you didn't have the system it came out on, and you still got the whole experience, but you didn't like play it yourself. That's the only.
I would
way.
just feel weird about putting that in my top 10 if I didn't play the game. Like,
no, you're right.
I just feel weird. Anyway, what's the next question?
Psychotic Gex writes in and says, "What game has impressed you this year?" Also, Smash. I mean, if we talk about games that impress us,
yeah, we can't. We gotta save. It's a secret. You gotta wait for the Game of the Year show.
Also, Smash Bro predictions. I'm out. I don't really care. So.
Yeah, when was that last thing? There's like one last Smash Direct.
Oh, there's a Direct. They talk about Cloud again.
Well, they've already. Okay, so it's on the 15th. Is the final Smash thing? They've said for sure. Sakurai will provide details on Cloud and more in this worldwide broadcast, and this is the final video presentation dedicated to Smash Bros.
Interesting. Okay, I'm surprised this is the final one.
So people are wondering if this means Cloud was the poll winner or not. And if he's not the winner, does that mean they're going to reveal who the poll winner was during this?
I feel like, didn't they make a joke about who the poll winner was recently, and they didn't say it? Yeah, what was the joke? It was I don't even remember at the moment, but I don't know. Do you think it's he's the poll winner?
I don't think so.
Who else could be the poll winner? Who would have got enough votes? Goku.
That'd be great.
That'd be so cool. That'd be so awesome.
I agree.
That'd be great. I'm gonna say it's not the poll winner because they would have said he's the poll winner. That's my vote. That's what I think. That's my prediction.
I'm curious. They'll tell whether or not it was actually the winner, presumably. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And that's Tuesday.
Josh writes in. Last week, when this will air, Project M ceased development with no warning. This came as a huge shock to the fans of the game, as just a week prior they were teasing new artwork for ZSS.
Zero Suit Samus.
There you go. Along with that, there were other alternate costumes that were unveiled to the public, such as an Awakening Roy and Headband Jigglypuff. Oh, he puts a PS in there that I'm going to read now. Project M is a mod of Super Smash Bros. Brawl that aimed to make a faster-paced, more balanced game in that more closely resembles Melee. The game features plenty of updates for all fans, such as alternate costumes, fun new play modes, and even new characters. Okay. Josh says, I want to know what your thoughts were on the game, if any. Also, what projects were you disappointed to see development being ceased? And John, if I were to send you an SD card with Project Melee installed, would you try it out? As I know you like Smash, but has not played it.
I've played Project Melee.
There you go.
Sorry, Josh. Jeez.
I just haven't installed it because I don't want to go through the effort. Even though I know it's not much effort anymore. Apparently they've really simplified how to install Project Melee.
I guess you just need an SD card with it on there.
Yeah, basically. I mean, if you send it to me, sure, but I have already played it, so...
I played it too. Paul, have you played it?
No.
Yeah. I just don't know Smash enough now to even like
care. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. So my opinions on it, like, if you want to, if that's your thing, go for it. I don't know. I think that new one's pretty good.
You should send that SD card to John anyways with a handwritten letter that we can read on the perspective.
God, Paul.
That's true. You should do that.
Yep. 2 for 1.
Yep. That's true. You're going to send him something anyway. Send in a couple questions. We'll read it on the air.
I think the main reason that Project Melee got shut down was basically because Nintendo was preventing it from being like major in the competitive scene. Like they shut down major tournaments of it. So it's really Nintendo trying to get people to actually play Smash 4 that kind of caused this.
I guess. I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier.
They tried. I think Project Melee couldn't be streamed at major tournaments anymore for like the past year or something like that. It's because Nintendo's been supporting some major Smash tournaments now. Even though I think there's still preference to
What's preventing
Melee.
them from like still just working on it?
I believe the message they actually put out on the site was also that they were moving on to bigger, better things.
Oh.
Which to me means they're gonna like make an actual game. That's usually what that means.
I see. Or maybe they're gonna because this was for the Wii, right? Project Melee?
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna tweak the Wii U version.
I mean, that's still getting updates, so I can't see them doing that.
I don't know. I'm just being silly. All right, John, you got this next one?
It's actually, the J-Master says, actually, it seems like they had a way to skip a cease and desist and go straight to suing. Interesting.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I wonder if they'll ever reveal actually what happened. Next one comes from Luke that says, good evening. Hearing you talk about Catherine last time made me realize I never managed to beat the game. I think I actually just got stuck on night 3, maybe. I can be terrible with certain types of puzzles. Regardless, it is still a game that I respect or admire. If I think enough, I'm sure I could add more games to that list that I've never finished or really played that much, yet I still have a rather positive opinion of. Do you guys have any games that you haven't managed to beat or play much of but still see the positives of? All the time. I have tons of games that I get to play a bit of, and I'm just like, I can't play this right now, but I can see why people like it. That's what I do for streams.
Yeah, I never finished Tales of Vesperia, and I adore that game. I never finished Final Fantasy X. Also liked it. Final Fantasy 3.
I never finished 10 or 12. I enjoyed them both.
Yep.
I really, really like Metal Gear Solid 5, and I haven't finished it.
There you go. There's a whole bunch.
Okay, Joey writes in. That's where we are, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all of you have played through Undertale, right?
No.
Would you guys be willing to do a spoiler cast on that game?
Not me yet.
Paul and I talked about doing one a while ago, but I think if we were going to do it, we'd wait for Sean.
Yeah. And then we ended up talking for like an hour about it off the podcast.
Yeah. Because like Sean left the room and they were like, so what do you think about blank, 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 blank?
Yeah. And you'll never hear it. So there you go, Internet.
That's nice of you.
Mm-hmm.
Other question. Most of you have watched a bunch of Steven Universe.
Not a single episode.
But did you know about the mobile exclusive RPG based on the show called Attack the Light? It's essentially a Steven Universe version of Paper Mario, and while I haven't started it myself, I've heard some pretty good things about it. I have heard about this, and I was interested in checking it out at some point.
My girlfriend's told me good things about it, but I have no interest in playing it because I already have a light RPG that I play on my phone. It's called Final Fantasy Record Keeper.
Sure.
I mean, you can move on to the next one.
They keep adding new content, the Record Keeper. I'm happy.
Okay. All right. James writes. All right. Oh, no. We just did that one. David writes. What are the things that personally entice you into buying special edition versions of games? So what does a special edition need for you to buy it?
A statue of a character I really, really, really like. Otherwise, I won't.
I've gotten out of the point where special editions like really interest me.
You just have too much stuff.
So here's the thing. The other day, the Halo 5 limited edition, the $250 version, went down to $100.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was super tempted until I actually read what was in it, and then I didn't care.
Don't you already also own that game?
I do. But I could just as easily have either sold or traded in my other copy.
I guess. Yep. I'm trying to think what would need to be in there for me to like get a special edition. Maybe if it's a game I knew I was going to be quite into, and it was like you'll get the season pass, so the DLC actually means something. If it's DLC that's like already available like right then, it's probably not worth it. Like, you know, GameStop exclusive DLC, exclusive mission.
Right.
But if it's like you'll get it once we start working on the next DLC, maybe that. But I just don't ever get special editions. I can't even remember last time I got a special edition. He also adds, since last week, John was interested in seeing how far he could get in Pokemon Picross while only spending a small amount of money. I'll share some data. I managed to clear areas 0 through 5, 36 non-mural puzzles, without spending any money, and only upgraded the stamina bar once. After about a week of training, let's call it what it is, it's grinding.
Yeah.
I will have ground. He even says ground up enough Pickrits to access Area 6 by the time TDP airs. I'm gonna also say, how did he only upgrade once? I was forced to do it twice.
No, you're only forced to do it once.
I have currently 200 points in the stamina thing.
That's only one upgrade.
No, I could have sworn it was 2.
You start at 100. You start at 100. Sean,
sure,
we've all played this game, Sean.
Pretty sure, because I even texted you saying they forced me to do it twice.
I was surprised you said that, but then you also said 200, which is like, because remember the numbers I showed you were how much they cost to get, not how much stamina you got.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I misread something or something. I don't know. Looks like I got about 2 more worlds I can play.
Comment says they cleared Area 6 already, by the way. It was super easy.
Yeah, none of them are really that hard.
I mean, there's a bunch of 20 by 15s. 20 by 15s start becoming common later on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. John, I think it's your turn.
Oops, you are right. Sorry, I was just checking something in the chat. Chillin' Chum says, I want to ask all 3 of you and the chat, what video games do you feel have changed your life, have played some indirect role in that change, or at least helped you deal with a problem other than just being an escape? I mean, an actual restoration of mental or emotional well-being. Pong?
Pong.
No, honestly, I don't know. For someone who plays games...
It went all downhill from Pong.
I know, man. It's been shitty since.
I could have been a doctor.
If only I played Dr. Mario first. Honestly, like, I can't answer that question.
I maybe think like the escape for me. I don't think.
Yeah, there's tons of answers for escape, but I can't think of any game that changed. I mean, the only one that I can even argue a case for would be Guilty Gear, and that's because like I played it and I met a bunch of friends in university, and I ended up joining a tight knit group of friends because of it. That's the only thing I can think of that stands out.
Yeah, I haven't had any like mental issues for games to fix. Trying to think in a more like tangible way, like you mentioned. Maybe like when I was super young, we were playing Pokemon, meeting friends with Pokemon or something. But yeah, the escape one, like all the time. I need a stress reliever. I just want to shut off and blow something up or whatever. That comes up constantly.
Paul?
Anything for you, Paul?
Like maybe Tetris or something. Just like relax, kind of get out of a...
I mean, I feel like that's kind of escape, though.
So that's the escape thing, yeah. I mean, escape one's super easy, yeah. I feel like everyone can relate with that. Maybe not specifically Tetris, but...
Most people specifically with Tetris, to be fair. A lot of people have played Tetris.
That's true. All right, 2 more. Paul, you got this one for yourself?
Sure. Mitchell writes in, question for Paul.
Oh.
Heard about your trip to Chicago and heard your remarks about how fast the service was here in the U.S. By any chance, were you able to go to an actual Taco Bell and see how good it is? No, because there was none around. And I didn't have time to go find one.
Is Taco Bell different down here? I mean, I can go to a Taco Bell, but I don't want to. because it's Taco Bell.
I mean, all fast food places are slightly different between two countries.
I guess maybe different
So
menu
like even
options.
McDonald's is different between Canada and the US.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I mean, I don't go to enough fast food places to really see the difference, but
Yeah, no, there wasn't a Taco Bell nearby, and I didn't have time to go find one.
Did you go to any other fast food places, and was it different, notably?
No, I didn't go to any fast food places. A lot of like family-owned, like self-owned stuff.
Sure, and that's what you should do. Like,
yeah,
you have Taco Bell back home. Go to something you can't go to.
That's kind of it. Yeah.
Paul, I meant to ask us, how was that Chicago deep dish? I think we talked about this last week.
Yeah, it was so much. It was way too much food. It was way too much food. I didn't like. I bought a medium and thought, well, $40 for a medium. That seems
$40.
That seems a little high.
It was a whole pizza, right?
Yeah, it was a whole pizza, and like it could have lasted me probably 4 days. Like Jesus. I ate 3 pieces, and I didn't feel like I ever wanted to move again. I felt sick and full. There's so much food in them.
Did you finish it?
Eventually, yeah, okay. Not in one night or.
No, I'm not saying in one night. I'm just curious if you finished that pizza.
It took 2.5 days.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's not bad for $40 then.
Yeah.
And last question from Idiota. Hey TDP, I'd love to fill out your survey, but feel like I haven't played many 2015 games at all. What's the deadline for submissions? My school semester just ended, and I want to squeeze in a few more to fill out my list with.
I think he's got time.
Yeah, deadline is basically when we record the Game of the Year show. After that, we're not going to count them anymore.
That's probably going to be, what, the first week of January again?
Somewhere around that, yeah. It'll be real close to around the end of the year. Ideally, like when I'm up there, and we'll just get together for an evening or whatever. So you have you have at least 2 weeks left. So
and don't worry if you actually can't fill in 10 games. Like
a lot of people haven't. To be fair,
a lot of people have written just Undertale a whole bunch.
Yeah, like spoiler alert, Undertale is going to be the game of the year for you guys because nobody has said anything different.
That's not. I don't know if that's certain, but it's definitely in the lead at the moment for Game of the Year. For
I can't think of anything Nintendo big that came out this year that would steal it. Mario Maker is the only thing. Splatoon was this year. Jeez, I thought that was last year. My God.
Yeah, Splatoon. There's some contenders. There's some contenders. Fallout 4, I think, is in second place.
That's
a little surprising.
Rocket League is also way up there.
That is not surprising.
Anyway, we can't.
No, I know.
So
we're getting into it.
We've only gone through like a quarter of the responses at the moment. So if you haven't filled out the survey, let's do so. I want to break 100. And last time I checked, we were at 80. So,
dude, since we're speaking of Undertale and Game of the Year discussion, GameFAQs vote currently up right now for their best game ever thing they always do.
Okay.
Currently, it's Smash Brothers Melee versus Final Fantasy VII, and Mario 64 versus Undertale.
Why is Mario? Fuck, whatever.
Mario 64 is good.
No, dude, it wasn't.
Have you guys read all like the drama going on from Undertale, like winning all these rounds because like it knocked out like Pokemon Red and another
That's
game?
Surprising.
It's been so funny to read. There are some people who are like freaking out that people have like their lives are ruined because of this. It's actually comical that it's like so petty.
I need to play this game.
You do?
Yep.
But
I want
it.
My issue with Undertale is like it's a really good game, it's a really good experience, but I feel like you have to play it a specific way to get that full experience, which is weird.
And the way you have to play it is kind of convoluted, to be fair to you.
Don't tell me. I just want to play it how I want to play it.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually... You know what? Don't read anything about it.
Yeah, I'm just going to go into it. I need to get Just Cause 3 finished before I can play it. Like, that, I'd have to do that, so... Which is a slog. Anyway, if people want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast, or the Facebook group, or John's P.O. Box.
Yep.
What are your guys' games of the week?
I mean, I only played one game, Pokemon Picross.
Yeah, it has to go to that.
I guess it's Just Cause 3 for me, because I really have not played much Picross.
Can I just say Record Keeper?
Did you play it this week?
Yeah, I always play it.
You can say
I just don't bother mentioning it anymore. It's like when I used to play Payday all the time and Pokemon Shuffle all the time.
If you played the game this week, you can mention it.
All right, I'm going to say Record Keeper.
Okay, there you go. We'll be back next week. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.